Alright, so it was already quite a crazy tribal council. I made a bit of a move. I had to vote out Pook. He was crippling my game because his just craziness couldn't allow me to talk to anybody, couldn't allow anybody to want to work with me because I'm stuck with Pook and nobody wants to work with Pook because nobody trusts Pook, including myself. So I had already made the decision. Carrie, I'm sorry, but you made a bad move to go with him. There was no way I was staying with him because even if we got rid of Frank, we were going to be down 5-4. So, and I didn't know and as far as I know, our idols were gone. So it was a decision that I had to make. And I went with my specialists. Not Frank, I went with the specialist. We've been together from the start.
Last night we were able to take out the puppet master of the Miami tribe, which was Pook. We were able to sniff out a flip in our Nakota alliance, and we were able to turn the tables by bringing in PHILL to make sure Pook went home.
Now, when Ian went home, Frank, Corey, and I had backstabbed Pook and Denny. And we knew that they were going to be mad. So their solution to that was, let's just ghost them and ignore them. We don't need them. We have the numbers. We're getting rid of Pook next. And I was like, okay, well, we can definitely get rid of Pook next. I'm down for that. But I don't want to ghost Denny and just ignore her because I think that's really short-minded. I think I'm going to need Denny in 2 or 3 votes. And I think that Denny will work with me if I can keep that trust. So I don't tell them, and I immediately reach out after Ian goes home, and I start rebuilding that connection and trying to explain to her why I couldn't bring her in on that.
Well, I was right about PHILL. Carrie stayed true to her word, voted Frank. PHILL didn't. He flipped on us, and Mikey went home. And I'm like devastated. I cried immediately. I love him. Mikey's my bestie in this game. And I really did want to go to the end with him. So I was feeling like major stuck after that, thinking like I'm a goner, right? I reached out to Logan because Logan is the only one who I feel comfortable with right now. I mean, he's like my DL alliance. And Logan flat out told me, Denny, it's probably you next. He said he would talk to Frank and let me know. And I got a message from Frank and Logan, Corey, Carrie, saying this is it. This is the final 5 I wanted from the beginning. From freaking Frank. After I just exposed all of his freaking secrets. But I do feel like Frank is being sincere. I don't know if he's going to take me all the way to 5 or I take him. But I do like the idea of working with Frank if he can get past all the shit. You know what I mean? Corey, I don't know about because Corey betrayed me big time. And I really need to reach out to him and see if it's even possible for us to move forward at this time. But hey, maybe I have like 9 lives in this game.
I even told her how the votes are going to go. When Pook goes home, I told her that we were splitting it with her. I stressed the fact I said, I can't do anything for you to bring you into numbers right now. All I can do for you is make sure that it's not you. That's all I can do is just make sure it's not you. And then whenever the time comes, I'll bring you in and you and I can be in the numbers together and we can knock this thing out. And we thought it was going to be a little bit longer than a couple hours after Pook went home. But, I mean, it started popping off where, I mean, people started just, messages started getting sent and Frank messaged me and said, I think we're screwed. I think they have the numbers for the next vote. And all of a sudden there's a group chat made of me, Frank, Corey, Carrie, and Denny saying this 5 needs to do it. This 5 is the group. Without him knowing that I have already been repairing this relationship with Denny. So he has been ghosting her this whole time and just thinks that we can just hop into an alliance together. And Denny messages me and says, "Is this for real?" And I said, "Yes." He thinks that we need you, and we do. So I told you I'd be doing anything for you to bring you in. Now is your chance to come in with me. This 5 can rock it the rest of the way.
So, last night, after Mikey went home, I called Denny. And we had one of the best talks I've had with anybody in this entire game. Because she was finally free to just play her own game. She could either continue to hold on to her anger, or she could let it go and try to figure out how to navigate the rest of this game. And I told her, I said, Denny, we always wanted you in our Final Four. Our plan was to always take out Mikey at some point, and we wanted you to be the one with us. And now she's in. And I've talked to her like 3 times today, and it feels great now because finally, the final 2 deal that she and I had in the beginning, the one that I wavered on during the merge, pre-merge, contemplating maybe we should just get rid of her, that's all in the past now. And we can finally, I told her, I said, Denny, if you get to the Final Four, I don't see there's any way that you're not in the finals. You're going to get to the Final 3, or even if it's a Final 2, I think you're in the finals. I told her that. I want to go to the finals with her. Whether it's a Final 3 or a Final 2. I want to be sitting there with Denny, even if I lose to her. I don't think I will. But if I do, then she'll deserve it, because she's been to way more tribals than anyone else.
Last night did not go as planned. I made a decision to work with Mikey and Denny because I thought I needed to make a move, and I was tired of people not talking to me, not telling me what was going on, not valuing me as a player or my opinion. And so I decided to make a move and try to take out Frank with them. But PHILL went and told on us, and apparently the entire alliance that I was working with previously knew that I was doing that. So I felt absolutely terrible afterwards. I freaked out and I was like, no one's ever going to trust me again. I cried. I think things are going to be okay. After all of that, I got a message from Frank saying, okay, this is the Final 5, which I was really surprised about because I had literally just tried to vote him out.
I survived another tribal. Pook is gone. I feel like there's still going to be a little bit of waves because Denny's here, but the waters are going to be much calmer and easier to navigate. We do have to reevaluate the power structure now because CARRIE did flip, but PHILL, the man of the hour, my savior, is now a part of a 7. I don't know if that 7 will hold tight through this next vote. Now that Nakota is fractured, things could go any way.
So at the challenge yesterday, there was a blank space or mod screen or whatever with the numbers 10920. And my first thought was, it kind of sounds like a date, 10/9/20. Okay. Well, obviously that's in the future. So what if it's the 10th day of the 9th month of 20, which would be yesterday? And then Lauren did say, make sure you follow all directions when Ryan and I send something out. At the same time, that number was there. So I was looking through, okay, they sent a direction on that day to send a confessional for yesterday, which would have been Wednesday. So I'm sending a confessional in for Wednesday because I think that's where the clue is leading me to go. So here's my confessional for Wednesday. I hope this works.
Are you guys ready to get to today's immunity challenge?
Oh yes.
Let's do it.
For today's challenge, you will be balancing Oreos on a spoon. At regular intervals, an Oreo will be added. If your stack of Oreos falls, you will be eliminated from the challenge. Last person left remaining wins immunity and guarantees themselves a 1 in 8 shot of winning this game.
In addition, there's going to be a little twist. All right, everyone right now, grab your deck of cards and grab any red card and any black card out of the deck. What we're going to do, we are going to show a card at once. If you show a red card, you're going to participate in the challenge and attempt to win immunity. If you show a black card, you will opt out of the challenge and instead have a chance to get a clue to a hidden immunity idol. If only one person opts out of the challenge, they get the clue. If 2 people opt out, each person gets a 50-50 chance of getting it. 4 people opt out, you have a 1 in 4 chance. You don't know how many's going to opt out, okay? It will also be anonymous for the people that opt out. One person will just get a message with the clue. Nobody else will know who got it, okay? Red card, you are participating in immunity, no chance at a clue to the idol. Black card, no chance at immunity, but a chance to get a clue to the idol, okay? Red, you're playing, black, you're not. Good? All right, I'm going to count to 3, and I want everybody to make their decision, show me their card, okay? Ready? 1, 2, 3, reveal. Okay, everybody shows red except Denny, Carrie, and Phil. So Denny, Carrie, and Phil will not be participating in this challenge. They will have a 1 in 3 chance of getting a clue to the idol, and we will figure that out after the challenge. I'll send one of you a message with the clue. The other 2 will receive nothing, okay? All right, survivors, you have 10 seconds to place your first Oreo. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and this challenge is on.
Corey falls. Corey was unable to even get an Oreo on the spoon. How much do you regret not doing the other option at this point?
I don't regret it.
We're going to be here for 5 minutes.
Everyone else looking good right now.
Just making me hungry.
They do smell really good.
Thanks, Oreo falls. He's out. Morgan falls. We're down to Rob, Logan, and Jeremy.
Proud of you, Rob.
What happened, Morgan and Frank? Just lose concentration?
It was hard to get it on there. Like, I thought I was gonna go out just like Corey. That was challenge.
Rob said at Tribal he's going to win immunity soon.
No, I didn't.
Jeremy falls.
We are down to 2 in Logan and Rob. Logan's falls. Rob wins immunity.
Called it. That was a hard one. Good job, guys. That was
I
good.
thought putting it on too.
Great job,
Shit,
Rob.
Rob.
Good job.
Yeah, nice job, Rob.
I told
You
you I should
called
have
it
turned my
at
fan
Tribal,
off,
Rob.
Spoke it
bro.
into existence.
I told you I should have turned my fan off. The fan moved the Oreo wrapper, and I lost eye contact with my Oreo, and then it fell.
So you lost concentration.
I'm so mad. But
I
I'm gonna
wish
eat these
Logan
Oreos.
hadn't said the spoon had to be this way, because it would have been a lot easier that way.
That's
yeah.
exactly why we didn't do it that way.
It still would have been difficult, though.
Yeah.
Especially
Rob.
when you have an 8.
Rob's safe from the vote tomorrow night. Everyone else vulnerable at Tribal Council.
If everybody can leave, we're going to do the random draw with us, so everybody can just leave this one.
You got this, Phil. I believe in you.
Yeah.
Bye, Ryan. Bye, Lauren. Thank you.
Bye.
Got played, Phil.
Get out.
I'm sorry,
I'm
Danny.
just gonna stay in here. Don't even. Don't.
Don't?
Dude, that was so dumb. How could you be that dumb? We had the perfect opportunity to take him out. The only opportunity, and you it
No,
up.
it's not.
That was so dumb.
No, it's not.
Everyone was gonna go after Mikey. You could have left him in. To leave Frank in. Wow. You just got played by Frank, along with everyone else.
I hardly even talk to Frank, just so you know.
Bunch of sheep in this game, dude. Bunch of sheep.
I'm sorry. I mean, we could talk later if you want, and I can explain it.
There you go.
So yeah, we're gonna do the thing. All right, Phil, exit here, and we'll do our thing.
Denny and Carrie are next on the block for this next vote. So I don't really need protection this coming vote, but I am going to need it for future votes. So it was a no-brainer to me. I showed my black card. Denny and Carrie also showed a black card, which I'm surprised because they're the ones that need it. They need immunity now. So I don't know why they did that, but I'm pleased that they did because nobody else showed a black card. Everybody on Dakota showing red card. They all want to compete. That's great. Maybe they wanted to make sure Denny didn't and Carrie didn't win. But regardless, the fact that it was me, Denny, and Carrie are the only ones that showed the black card, so it was a 1 in 3 chance. And then if I did get it, then, you know, they're not the most reliable people to them, so, you know, they could be trying to shake off the fact that they had it. So that worked out in my favor. And it turns out I get the clue, which is great, because I wanted it. And the clue said, an idol was played, there's another one in the game. Something that Lauren posted that Ryan said. So that part immediately takes me to the picture of Ryan's statement about Ian being on the jury. Something Lauren posted that Ryan said. That part was easy. And then after that, head north, south, west, and east to find what everybody is searching for. That one was a little bit tricky, so it took me a little bit, but I noticed in Ryan's comment that Lauren posted there were words up, down, left, and right were all in there. And to the north, south, west, and east of those words, tell host the day. Now it took a few different days, but I eventually figured out it meant today's date. I told them today's date, and next thing I know, bling, hidden immunity idol. Number 2. That's a second hidden immunity idol, and it looks like the suspicion is going on Denny of having it.
Final 9. There are a few options for the vote tonight. I am aligned with Jeremy, Rob, Corey, and Phil, and that's 5. So 5 makes the majority with 9, and there are a couple possible plans. Right now, the Dakota plan is to split votes between Carrie and Denny, since Carrie decided to vote against Frank last time.
I really want to see Denny go tonight. And another thing is, there's no way if this happens, you have Morgan, Jeremy, Phil on one side, myself and Corey floating in the middle. Here's me and Corey, one thumb, the other thumb. These are Morgan, Jeremy, and Phil. And then you have Frank and Logan who are together. It's hard because I think if we get rid of Denny, then Carrie becomes here. But if we don't get rid of Denny, and this is Denny instead, then we don't know. Denny could be over here, Denny could be here, Denny could be here, Denny could be here. We don't really know what Denny would do. I think she's more of a wild card.
So we have that. The 5 of us have been talking a lot about possibly making a move against Frank tonight. Either Frank or Denny.
I think it's time to take out the puppet master of Nakota, which is Frank. I have wanted to vote Frank out since day one, and I did vote for him on day one and ended up on a tribe with him. And if what I'm hearing is true, with him saying that I don't deserve to be at the end of this game from the way I'm playing my own game, then he has another thing coming. I think tonight is his night. He needs to go. He has too much power and control in this game. And I think we will be able to do it tonight.
So really, there's 3 different people that we could be voting out. At first, Corey seemed pretty adamant that he wanted Denny out. And I know that there was a lot of hard feelings between the 2 of them after everything that happened after the first couple merge votes. But all of a sudden today, he was all on board with getting Frank out. And so that's the plan. The plan is to vote out Frank. I'm nervous about it because it's my first time actually voting against Nakota, and I feel like it could go badly, especially since we know Frank has his steal a vote advantage. If he gets any wind that we are voting against him or feels like he needs to use it, then we're screwed, basically. So if this totally tanks my game, then I guess that's what's going to happen. But at this point, I feel like I have to take that shot against Frank, who's a big threat in this game.
So our target is going to be Morgan. We've actually been planning this for a long time, Frank and I and Corey. Probably since Sam has actually still been in the game. Like, we've been planning on this moment, on when we were going to flip on this and take out Morgan. Like, we knew it was going to be Morgan. We went to her, and we know that she's coming after us too. We've already started hearing talks that she wants Frank out, and then afterwards she's going to come for me. So we kind of know that we're both kind of bullshitting each other in this conversation, but we kind of have to have it just to say we had it. I don't really know why. So we all go in the Dakota and just, yeah, we'll go Denny. That works. Cool. All right. We all know it's a lie. Like, we all know nobody's going to vote for Denny. Like, we know the votes are coming toward Frank. And Morgan doesn't necessarily know that they're coming toward her because nobody has said that to her. But Morgan's smart enough to know that the votes are coming toward one of them.
If Frank plays the steal a vote, if he does, who would they vote for? One of the 3 of us?
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah. I mean, if what Denny said about Frank saying that I don't deserve to be at the end because of the game that I'm playing, and I feel like he might go for me, but I feel like it could be any of the 3.
I plan on using my steal a vote. I need to get my hands off of that thing. I think it creates a bigger target. But what it does do is, with 9 people left, if I have 4 votes and I steal one of theirs, we go through. Denny feels on the outs because she just lost her number 1. Carrie feels on the outs because she just lost Nakota. Logan is my ride or die. Corey's my ride or die. We have 5 votes. I'm going to steal Philip's vote in hopes that if he found an idol with the clue he potentially has, that he plays that, and hopefully Morgan will go home. I don't know it'll for sure be Morgan because I told Denny that however she wants me to vote with my steal a vote as well, I'll send the votes that way. I want to take my hands off the steering wheel a little bit, but it's like when you're learning to drive and the passenger seat also has the brake and the gas. I will be trying my best to control how fast this car goes.
Today was my best work yet. I get into a Zoom call with the specialists.
We have a big decision to make tonight.
Yep.
And we are the majority, so
Yeah.
whatever we say goes, barring any crazy advantages showing their faces tonight.
Right.
We need to sell to Frank and Logan that we're doing the split. We have to sell that 100%. They cannot know we're a 5.
Right.
Because if they know we're a 5 or if they sense anything fishy is going on, they're going to use that steal a vote advantage. I get into a Zoom call with Frank and Logan and Denny and Carrie. So I got in first with Jeremy, Morgan, and Rob. And none of them, I didn't want to say anything. And none of them wanted to say anything. They wanted me to say something. So I'm like, this is going nowhere. I started to feel Frank's frustration from the pre-merge. So we finally got PHILL in. And PHILL was the one, because we had the 2 decisions. We were like, do we split the votes and take out Denny now? Or do we go after Frank right now? So then when PHILL came in, he was the one who was taking the initiative and explaining why we need to do what, this and that. PHILL says that if we take out Frank now, he says he thinks that Frank possibly has the Nakota idol, which we all know that he doesn't. So he's like, if we take out Frank, the Nakota idol's gone, the steal a vote's gone, and Denny, we can't talk to her and Carrie now because we need them to think that they're being split on so that Denny, if she got the clue and has the idol, she'll burn it. So then Morgan started to get really excited. Like super excited because she was thinking at that point that 2 idols would be gone from the game, a steal a vote would be gone from the game. So the votes are coming at Frank tonight. I'm in everything right now. I'm the double agent. And the knockout punch for the specialists is coming tonight. The day of reckoning has come. TRHS is taking this game over. It's done. But we're all having a laugh a little bit about this because this is a long time coming. We got the specialists on original Nakota to hand Annabelle up on a silver platter because we got them to trust us and we got Frank to get them to trust him, or Frank got them to trust him. Then we get to the merge and all that big bad stuff happens. Mikey finally goes, and now Denny's with us. And she's going to the Final 4. And then after that is all said and done, I will be able to finally wear this. I'll be able to wear this openly with pride. It was a simple divide and conquer. It really was. We divided them from, the fact that they were willing to give up Annabelle, and then they were getting eliminated on the other tribe because there were no TRHS people left except Denny, who was entrenched into the tribe by that point with Mikey. So then they started to eat each other. And then we get into the merge, and they're still at each other. But now PHILL is with them. We're pretty sure that PHILL got the clue to the idol. I don't think Denny and Carrie would be lying about that at this point because they really, really believe that they're in with us.
I mean, I think either way would have been fine, but I think it's our best chance to blindside him.
Yep. And that was exactly what I was thinking last night, before I went to bed.
Mm-hmm.
The more numbers that we have now, it's easier to blindside him than when it gets dwindled down. But I'm still very cautious now about Denny and Corey.
Yeah, but he seemed pretty on board to voting her next.
Yeah.
I think he was like very just personally hurt by her and
Wanted
just
revenge.
yeah, just didn't want to like deal with her anymore. But now that they're at least like on okay terms, he's okay with letting her stay another round.
Yeah.
If I get screwed over because of it, I feel like we're swinging, taking our shot.
Yeah.
Going for the home run. So
I hope it's not you. And I hope it's not me if it all happens.
I know.
Because if you leave, I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Well, the good news is, if I leave, you have 2 jury votes at the end. So
That is true. Yeah, I just have to find a way to get to the end.
Yeah.
Which would be hard. But I wouldn't stop fighting.
Denny, let's talk about the last tribal council. You received 3 votes.
So I'm going to give it 25 seconds.
Did you think you were the one going home?
I thought I definitely knew it was going to be between me and Mikey. So I thought there was a chance for sure.
Frank, you also received 3 votes at the last tribal council. Why do you think people targeted you?
Well, I think people need a target, and if you're working with Pook, the best second choice for a target would have been me, and I think that's why CARRIE went AWOL on us.
CARRIE, Frank.
We adopted PHILL, so it's fine.
CARRIE, Frank just called you out for potentially flipping. Is that true or not?
No, I mean, no, it's true. Sorry, I feel really awkward now. It's fine.
Logan, what was the aftermath like after the last tribal council amongst the entire group?
I mean, 7 of us hopped in and had a victory call. And, I mean, it went well for us, but I can't say the same for some other people.
And who were the some other people?
Would be CARRIE and Denny who got left out of the vote.
So, in your opinion, do you consider them to be on the bottom?
I think it's hard not to.
Let's talk about the immunity challenge. CARRIE, you decided to sit out of the challenge to take an opportunity to potentially receive a clue to a hidden immunity item. Why did you decide to sit out?
I honestly just didn't think I'd be any good at the challenge. I tend to be really shaky, and I thought that if I tried to do it, I would be out pretty much immediately. So I thought it would be better to have at least some shot at a clue than nothing at all.
And Phil, you also decided to sit out of that challenge, and typically in challenges you fare pretty well. So was it you didn't think you'd do the challenge well, or did you just want to take your chance of receiving a clue?
I figured the way it was that I didn't think I was in great danger, so I thought it would be better to take a chance for something for the future instead of now.
So what made you feel like you weren't in great danger?
Well, because like Frank said, they just adopted me, so I don't think that they were going to vote me out right away. At least I don't think.
Rob.
Yo.
When we were prepping for that challenge a little bit, you didn't seem too confident in your chances, and yet you were able to pull out the victory. How were you able to stay focused to outlast Logan?
Well, first of all, I did feel confident in my chances. I go into every challenge thinking I at least have a shot to win. The victory felt great. Even though I feel pretty decently comfortable with my position in the game, it's always nice to have the immunity necklace, aka the bulletproof vest, as Tony Blachos calls it. Yeah, it feels great to have the immunity necklace. I love it. I would say the high I've been on in the last day is equivalent to that of a crackhead with his first hit. It's been great. I love winning immunity.
Would you know about that?
Oh my gosh.
Lost for words. You have her lost for words.
I'm sorry, I gotta take a
God. Rob, did you plan that out to say
Holy
that?
shit.
Oh, that was off the dome.
That's going in the episode.
Y'all got an immunity idol?
You know, you can't do that stuff because damn.
Right off the dome. I don't know.
Alright.
But yeah, Lauren, it feels excellent. I love it.
Wonderful. Corey,
yes.
On the flip side, you couldn't even place an Oreo to even start the challenge. So after the challenge was over, did you have immediate second thoughts of not even giving yourself an opportunity to even clue?
No, because at the end of the day, I'm not one of those people that thinks that regretting your decisions is a constructive thing to do. I had the same thing happen with the dice. So in the dice challenge, I dropped my dice and I picked them up and I got them back in place second before the challenge started. And this time it was just with that Oreo and the way that the spoon was bent, it just wasn't going to happen.
I regret being in the challenge.
I think Morgan and I said so before we started.
Yeah.
I mean, I was holding the spoon and said, man, I should have chosen the black card.
I just don't regret decisions. It's like, you know, you make a decision and you gotta stick behind it. And it didn't pan out.
So Jeremy, what do you think made that challenge so difficult simply because honestly we didn't even get to a second Oreo?
I think it was definitely just how we had to hold the spoon. We definitely realized after the challenge, if you hold it a few different other ways, you can balance more Oreos more efficiently. And I think also most of our Oreos were cracked. And so just trying to balance one cracked Oreo on a spoon just made it more difficult.
Morgan, Carrie, Denny, and Phil all sat out of the challenge. Once the challenge was over, what was the chatter like of who could have potentially received the clue to the hidden immunity idol?
I mean, at this point, it could be any of the three of them. I mean, that was the talk, right? And it's definitely dangerous knowing that something is out there and not knowing where it is, too. It's not like a normal clue that's out there where you're like, I don't know if anybody's figured anything out, but you know for sure that one of the three of them has received something. And I mean, just knowing that somebody has more power in the game and not knowing where it is,
yeah,
definitely be intimidating. And you have to try to work around it. So we'll see.
Well, and to touch on Morgan's point, the fact that there was 3 people who sat out, not 2. So, like, if it would have been 2 people, there's a 50% chance of one of them getting it. And you could be telling the truth and saying, I know I did not get the clue. But other people won't believe you. But at least you will be able to know that you really didn't get it and the other person did. The fact that it was 3 people means that you really don't know which of the other 2 got it.
Mm-hmm.
So Frank, do you think one of the 3 of them were able to find the idol yet?
It depends on who got it. I think if who got his hands on it, he probably pretty close to it or already has it. I don't know the experience other people have with these clues and how they work. But he's proven that he can figure it out.
Jeremy, as the numbers start to dwindle in this game, does who you want to go with to the end become to be a factor?
I think definitely, I'm pretty sure all of us are now starting to think about who we can take to the end and who we can beat. It's just becoming how do we get there, and what are the best moves that we can make to get us to that point.
Anyone Anyone else got anything else tonight?
I do. Newly adopted children probably shouldn't be trusted with a vote, so I'm going to steal Philip's vote with my steal a vote.
Frank does have a steal vote advantage, so Frank will have 2 votes, Phil will have none. And Lauren, is it time to vote?
And with that, it is time to vote.
I got 2 votes right here. Morgan, sorry, it had to be you.
I had to put some trust in someone I definitely don't trust in this game, and that was Frank. And hope to God this plan works, and we vote out Morgan tonight. Morgan, you should have listened to me.
Well, if this screws my game up, I guess it does, but we're going for it. My vote's for Frank tonight.
I don't know what just happened. I'm only casting this vote because I am completely confused right now, but I think there's a snake among us. I need to figure out who this snake is.
All right, I'll get the votes. If anyone has a hidden new idol and you want to play it, now would be the time to do so.
Right here, Ryan. I'm going to play my idol for me.
Hey. Phil does have a hidden new idol. Any votes cast for Phil will not count. I'll read the votes. First vote, Carrie. Frank. That's 1 vote Carrie, 1 vote Frank.
Let's go.
Morgan. 1 vote Carrie, 1 vote Frank, 1 vote Morgan. Frank. That's 2 votes Frank, 1 vote Carrie, 1 vote Morgan. Morgan. 2 votes Frank, 2 votes Morgan. Morgan. That's 3 votes Morgan, 2 votes Frank. Morgan. It's 4 votes Morgan, 2 votes Frank. Twelfth person vote as survivor, TRHS versus specialist, and a 3rd member of our jury, Morgan.
Game, Morgan.
Good game, Morgan.
Good game, everybody. It's been fun.
Love you.
Well, post-merge, the blind side has been mastered.
Totally blindsided, completely. I had absolutely no idea that this was coming. As soon as Frank played his steal a vote, I knew something was going down. I still did not think that I was gonna get voted out. As soon as I saw my name one time, I knew I was done. I totally was just played by everybody. And Jeremy and Phil are probably gonna be the next 2 voted out. So I have no hard feelings towards anybody. I had a fun time playing, and I wish everybody the best of luck.